Okay guys, so I know yesterday you got started with researching area and perimeter, especially of irregular shapes. Sometimes they call those irregular shapes compound shapes, so where it's not just a rectangle. Okay, and so what we're going to be doing today is I wanted to get you started on doing some actual practice with this, not just on the computer, but on paper pencil. So there's not necessarily a right or wrong way to split it. So for example, I could split this shape into 3 rectangles that way and find the area of part 1, part 2, and part 3. Truthfully, I find it a little bit easier to split it the least amount of times as possible. So for me right there, so now I have to find the area of this piece and of this piece. So area of rectangle 1 and area of rectangle 2. Okay? And so remembering the formula for area is length times width, but now knowing that there's these compound shapes. So the length is 30 and the width is 30, well, or backwards, length is 30, width is 30. So 30 times 30, and I can use my zeros, I multiply the basic facts, 3 times 3 is 9 with 2 zeros. So this is 900 feet, and recalling that area is squared. Now that is just the area for box 1. So now box 2, 50 times 30. So length times width, 5 times 3 is 15 with 2 zeros. Okay, so we've got 1,500, remembering the area is squared. In this case it's feet. So feet squared. Okay, and so now I've got 2 areas for this shape, and I want to make sure I just have one area for the shape, one total area. So I'm going to add 1,500 plus 900, making sure to line up my place values and be neat with my work. 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 9 plus 5 is 14. So I've got 2,400, and then I want to make sure I label my answer. No naked numbers, always have a little label. So 2,400 feet squared. Okay? So this one, I'm going to do one more with you. If you want to split it this way, that's fine, or this way, that's fine. Okay, you just need to make sure you have the lengths and the widths. So I'm going to go ahead and split it this way because I see a length and a width here, and I see a length and a width here. Okay, so this one, I'm multiplying 14 times 15. Okay, so some of you do know how to use this. Oops, sorry. Some of you do know how to use the standard algorithm. I do find that the easiest if you know how to use that. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 1 is 4, plus the 2 is 6. Placeholder 0. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 1 is 1, adding up my partial products, and I get 11. 210, and again, that's 210 yards squared. Okay, and now here, 12 times 12. Now 12 times 12 is a basic fact, okay, so you should probably be able to do that mentally, that 12 times 12 is 144, and now I'm adding up 210 yards squared plus 144 yards squared, and I get 354 yards squared as my total. Remember, no naked numbers. I'm making sure to label. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do these on your own, or at least a few of them, to start to show mastery of this skill before we move on to the next.